Lama Sama, the worst anime hot takes of all time. I can't wait for y'all fucking slander. Y'all slander is funny as hell, and it pisses me off at the same time.
Whose chain is the hardest to snatch? Yugi's, Sinbad, or Broly?
I put Broly as the easiest. I put Broly.
I can't even act dumb when it comes to that one, bro. You know, never did think to just say Broly out of Yugi and whatever.
Broly is the easiest.
Did I actually hear him correctly? Sometimes I be hearing these motherfuckers wrong.
I put Broly as the easiest.
Nope, I didn't hear wrong. But out of everybody's chain, why did he just say? Nah, he did that. Nah, he did that for a clip. He dead ass did that for a clip. That nigga knew what the hell he was talking about. And that nigga know what Dragon Ball is. That nigga know Broly do not play about his shit.
With summer wrapping up, we are now well into 2025, and the internet is still the internet. And as you can see with the title, it's that time of the year again.
He said in 2025. This was 7 months ago. Okay, I see. It's still good to see though.
Where I need to talk about some of the terrible anime takes I found while scouring the internet. So in today's video, we're gonna be looking at some of the most absurd, brain-numbing takes that have touched the web. And like always, no hate to any of these people. We're just talking about anime.
But when I sit up there and say no hate to nobody, everybody want to sit up there and give hate, which is crazy as hell. And most of y'all don't even read the shit that y'all sitting up there trying to defend or watch or nothing like that. At least when I say a take, and I know I'm probably wrong, I'm like, correct me if I'm wrong. But no. You niggas, you niggas don't care. That's crazy.
Chain is the hardest to snatch. Yugi's, Sinbad, or Broly?
I put Broly as the easiest.
Wow, I don't even have words for this. Between the three options, you pick Broly?
You smoke crack, don't you?
At a first glance of all these characters, I'd expect either Yugi or Sinbad to get disrespected before Broly.
I would have said more.
Is the most.
I would have said more Yugi. I would have said more Yugi. All that nigga finna do is draw a card. And I watched Yu-Gi-Oh, nigga. Don't play with me, bitch.
Shocking to me because I don't think he's more popular than the other two in the video. So I assumed that people were unaware of how powerful he was. But I guess people know ball. To an extent, of course. Come on. To clarify something, we're talking about Z Broly here, not Dragon Ball Super Broly, who had a good side to him. The argument the guy in the video makes is,
even if it was Super Broly, it wouldn't have mattered. He still would have stomped your shit out. Broly is Broly at the end of the day. Let that nigga get pissed off enough.
That since Broly was kinda chill with the Z fighters when they pulled up, one might be able to get away with doing something to him. But I feel like this is just flawed in all types of ways. Z Broly was tweaked out to the extreme. For a majority of his life, he was blowing up galaxies like it was nothing. They showed flashbacks of him as a kid causing destruction just for the love of the game. I don't even want to mention what he did to the Z fighters. I think we all know that story already. Even when Paragus was controlling him, Broly could still just lose control and start acting violently. A counter argument to that would be the fact that Broly was only.
Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, this movie just scared me, bro. Now, when they was all fighting in that little city, that little terrain, that destroyed city, it dead ass felt like a Dead by Daylight skit, bro. Like, because these niggas was, that nigga went through a whole building just to sit up there and just hold the hell out of Gohan and Trunks. Put that nigga through multiple pillars and buildings and shit like that just for fun. And I forgot what them. I almost called them aliens the Flaxons. I forgot what they were called, but sat up there and blew up their planet for fun, and then joked about it. Nigga, that's devious shit 101.
Losing control when he was around Goku. But even if he's still controlled by Paragus, Broly is still a Saiyan. He's a warrior. He's not gonna let you just do something to him and get away with it. It also doesn't help when you mention the fact that Broly is like 7'10" in his base form. I'd really love to see someone try to take something from someone built like this. Also, thinking about it now, Broly did destroy all those galaxies without needing Goku around. So honestly, saying a take like this already requires a lot of brain cells not caring about self-preservation. However, the take becomes even worse when you look at the other options. Sinbad may be stronger than Broly, but he's at least a bit more approachable than an unstable Saiyan. Granted, you're probably not taking his hypothetical chain either, but at least there's a better chance. But the best part about all of this is that we don't even have to worry about Sinbad for real, because the most obvious choice between the three characters is Yugi. It doesn't really matter if it's regular Yugi or Yami Yugi. I'm taking my chances with them. Yami Yugi is the closest thing to a normal human being you're gonna get between these three characters.
Now, I thought he was saying it was hard to snatch Yugi chain. Nigga gonna pop out like Mark from RDC talking about this ain't Yugi no more, it's Yami, nigga.
He's only like 5 feet tall with an average build. He's nothing too menacing. We've seen this man get blitzed and punched by regular people before. And I'm 99% sure that this isn't Yami from season 0, because if it was, we'd be having a slightly different conversation. As long as I'm not dueling him in a shadow game, I have a way better chance with him than the literal gods amongst men. Next take.
I'll punch the fuck out that nigga before he even throw that card out, my nigga. I stomp the shit out of Yugi and Yami. No.
Sorry, but Bleach is not in the big three because Shonen Jump just announced that One Piece, DBZ, and Naruto are their best-selling manga series. So why is Bleach in the conversation?
No. Okay, hold up. People getting that misconstrued. I ain't gonna lie. You can't put Dragon Ball Z there with One Piece and Naruto because of the fact that Dragon Ball Z was out before those. That's where y'all get that misconstrued. I don't know, like, I don't even know where that came from. The only reason there was a big three in the first place was because those three was airing at the same time. Dragon Ball Z wasn't. Naruto, the first Naruto came out in 2005, I'm pretty sure. One Piece came out, I think, around that time. Dragon Ball Z was already finished airing by the time, like, I think the last episode was made in, like, 1999. But like I said, it's going to be some brain dead ass incels in my comments whenever I post this in a motherfucking TikTok or when I post this on YouTube talking about you dumb as shit. And then I'm going to call you a dumbass nigga. And then motherfuckers going to sit up there and put boxing gloves in the comment section like they can really box for real.
And Naruto are their best-selling manga series, so why is Bleach in the conversation?
Do you guys want to know a fun fact? Did you guys know that the event pole vaulting was invented by Greek prisoners who used poles to escape over prison walls? And since their idea was so clever, the Greeks decided to let the prisoners roam free, and the event started to become a mainstay in track and field. Now, do I have any idea what I'm talking about? Nope. Kinda like how this guy has no idea what he's saying. Like, I get that this is his own interpretation of what the big three is, but come on, we get what he's trying to say here. This part doesn't even have to be that long. Anyone who wants to put Dragon Ball in the big three is just not aware of what the term represents. The big three isn't just the 3 shonen franchises with the most sales ever. The big three represents the most popular anime from Shonen Jump in the early 2000s. During this period, these 3 anime were the forefronts of shonen media. They had the best sales and some of the highest cultural impact in the West. And to those with a keen eye, you may say Dragon Ball shares the exact same traits, still wondering why it can't be in the big three. The glaring issue with Dragon Ball and its quote-unquote big three status is the fact that Dragon Ball started coming out in the 80s and the 90s.
Okay, so I was right. So y'all heard that shit there. So don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me this time. Because it's literally in your faces saying why it can't be there. Leave me the fuck alone. Y'all. Cause bro, I bet somebody about to watch this motherfucker, and as soon as it reaches that part, before it reaches that part, I mean somebody about to be like, well, it should be a part of it because this, that, and the other. No, you stupid ass motherfucker. Now it's said directly in your face, and you can look it up. Google is free, my nigga. Unless you don't have a phone, or a computer, or a laptop, or a friend, or a public library. Or just something, nigga, even a rock. I don't fucking know. Y'all niggas just love to play.
Out for you, that means Dragon Ball became prominent way before the entire big three were even conceptualized. Dragon Ball is more like a father to the big three, with each of the creators taking some sort of influence and inspiration from it. I don't know why people want to always discount Bleach and its impact on shonen. A lot of the new gen we see were inspired by Bleach. I've already talked about this before, so I'm not gonna repeat myself too much. Just look at some of the new gen anime, which honestly aren't so new anymore, and think about how a lot of these concepts were popularized with Bleach. Next tape. And oh, what do we have here? A list ranking the top 5 smartest anime characters? That sounds neat. And Bulma's on the cover, so surely she's on the list. She's on the list, right? Dear goodness, we're starting off with Dr. Vegapunk at 5. The smartest man in One Piece is at 5. The man who created the Pacifista, expanded understanding of devil fruits.
Hey Riot, Lamar wanted to scrapping Sparking Zero. Is you down?
And lives on an island centuries ahead of the rest of the world is at 5. The man whose brain was too big to be contained in his own head is the 5th smartest anime character. You know what? Let me not lambast this list just yet. There are a lot of anime out there, so there could very well be plenty of characters smarter than Vegapunk. Granted, I highly doubt you can name.
There is people smarter than Vegapunk. I can't really mention Dr. Stone because I'm not even halfway finished with it, but I know, at least from what I have been seeing, that he is super smart in most categories. So you know what? maybe Vegapunk got that. Let's just see
for
who's next.
smarter, but it's certainly not impossible. It's not like they're gonna put some high school students on the list who aren't even that smart. We need to stop.
Light Yagami is not. No, he said I'm on the road right now. I'm about to download it again. This nigga, this nigga, ill. I don't like Red Riot, bro. Wait, who did they put again?
Put some high school students on the list who aren't even that smart.
Kiyotaka. Who is Kiyotaka? I've never heard of that nigga before. Hold up. What is he from? Classroom of the Elite. I don't think I'm about to watch that. I don't think I'm gonna watch that, bro. Because this look like, bro, you can just tell by like some animations, this, that, and the other. Maybe I'm wrong, so I'll end up seeing. I hate that weird ass romance shit. I hate that weird ass romance shit in anime. I hate that shit. It's cringy as hell to watch, and it's so weird. Like, bro, I just can't do it, bro. Because at one point, I'm over here watching a motherfucker getting his ass whooped for a second. Next thing you know, I'm hearing a bunch of motherfucking fucking anime girls sitting up there doing a weird ass noise. My mama thought I was weird one day for that. But she didn't understand. She didn't understand what anime was and how their voices were. So I'm just over there just looking awkward as hell in my room. That's Lamar's favorite fucking romance. That nigga is a tool, bro. He a tool. That boy, he ain't right. Romance anime, some of them are fire. I'm actually watching this one anime called Love of Kill. I ain't gonna lie. I'm on like the second episode, but I am loving that anime. It's not that many episodes to it, but it's not really, it's like romance, but it's not romance like all that weird shit. That's why I don't mind it. But that anime pretty cool. But I don't think I'm about to watch this shit. I'll look into the description and probably watch it. I'm also trying to sit up there and watch Frieren. And TikTok has sat up there and restricted my visibility for 10 minutes, and I got in trouble for harassment. Okay, that's fine and dandy. I didn't even harass nothing. But okay.
We need to stop overrating these types of characters. These manipulators aren't really
Okay, yeah, let me appeal that, because let me see if I can appeal that. Cause what it's saying, it was a suspicious activity that violates their guidelines, bro. They've been doing this they have been writing me for a minute now, gang. I don't know what it is. They have been writing me for a minute now. I don't know what I have been doing, but it's okay though. But Kira, Light Yagami, he is not that smart. We're gonna keep it. He's smart, but he's not that smart. Like, let's keep it a bean. Y'all gotta understand, when it comes to Light versus L, this is why he's truly really not that smart. L was still catching on to him the whole time. Let's keep it a bean. That's why he been cuffed to him. That's why even when he relinquished the notebook for a while, he was still on his top. Something didn't seem right, which everybody else knew, because the Shinigami was not with him no more. Like, something changed. Something is off. This nigga was not this pure. And then also, mind you, it's L versus him and a literal god. Two gods, actually. And whenever he wanted to sit up there and he got the Shinigami eye, he's not like that. Let's keep it a beat. He really was not like that. He should have lost. But because he had the gods, he won. Like, come on, he had the Shinigami on his side, bro, and nobody else could see the Shinigamis. This nigga was monologuing to himself to the Shinigami. Come on.
Smart. They're just good liars, especially.
And then Misa, and then two notebooks. Bro, L tried his, man, rest in peace, L, bro.
Especially this bum. I did have a video talking about how overrated this guy's intelligence is, but it unfortunately got taken down. To sum it up, a lot of the intelligence Light showed was just him playing a game where only he knew the rules. Moreover, he had like 3 other forces helping him out along the way. And why would you put Light here?
See, he deadass just said it too. He deadass just said it. He facing so many people, bro. And everybody else on the team were just fucking idiots. Like, gang, you gotta understand.
Here instead of L. He was the one actually making crazy moves with limited knowledge of what he was up against. He should definitely be the Death Note representative of this list. It's a similar story with Ayano Koji. He may be a genius when it comes to strategy and manipulation, but he's definitely not smarter than Dr. Vegapunk. I don't know why people think these high school students who are good liars are automatically some of the smartest anime characters ever. Half of the things this archetype of character does is something a lot of teenagers would do as well if they thought hard enough about it.
And then all he mostly did was just sit up there and lie. But like I said, Kogias Liuch, he would have been, I ain't gonna lie, he would have been a good candidate. I hope they put him in here, because it wouldn't make sense for Liuch not to be in here. What just happened? Oh.
Number 2 on the list is Shikamaru, which is quite concerning. This means that either Bulma or Senku aren't on this list, both of which are definitely supposed to be here. Shikamaru is smart and has the best battle IQ here, but I don't think that puts him above a character like Dr. Vegapunk, Bulma, or Senku. And number 1 on the list is Senku, which is fairly reasonable. It's kind of a layup at this point, but that doesn't change the fact that this list is garbage. Bulma not being on the list while also having freaking Mickey Mouse high school geniuses above her invalidates the entire thing. Bulma invented functioning time travel, built a spaceship, and created the Dragon Ball.
She even created, was it synthesized? It was some type of oil or something, or gas for the time machine that was not yet in their present to go to Goku Black's verse. And this, that, and the, like, come on now. That, capsules to sit up there and store people, food, this, that, and the other. Which, how the fuck do you do that? And she did a lot. So, like, how is she not in there?
Radar. The way her intelligence gets downplayed sometimes is insane. Like, do you really think in your heart of hearts that Light Yagami is smarter than Bulma? Be serious. There are some other characters I can mention, but I think we already get the fact that this list was mostly awful and was likely created on some magic leaves, if you catch my drift. And before I move on to the next take, if you're enjoying the video so far and you're new,
because how was Bulma not on there, but she was on the picture?
You might as well subscribe. For this next take, it's time for the obligatory TikTok live segment where we see what dumb topic was being debated for like an hour. And, oh my gosh, Invincible versus Dragon Ball characters again? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I actually care about my brain cells. These TikTok lives need to do better, bro. Those versus debates just aren't cutting it anymore. I'm sorry. Next take.
Trained to master it at his Hero Academia.
All Might never had to train that way, by the way, folks. This is what he looked like before he got One For All. This is what he looked like before he had One For All, right? Right here. He was using...
Wait. Hold up. First off, shout out my nigga Caleb City, though. But those Invincible debates, those Invincible versus Dragon Ball debates, like, I've made a video about it, and I am not high scaling anybody from Dragon Ball all because it's Invincible or because Dragon Ball is one of my greatest shows of all time. I'm not biased when it comes to my opinions and this, that, and the other. I use the logic that I know of. And if you have other logic that I don't know of, if you tell me, we're going to go accordingly, right? Dragon Ball still beats them. Like, it was a whole Krillin versus Thrag one. Everything that Thrag did, okay, it's impressive. But you're not going to be able, first off, to stop a martial artist. You don't know no forms of fighting. All you know is just brutality. Like, come on. I ain't even finna dive into it before I get some haters in my comment section, bro.
pretty much 100%, and I don't like that good.
No, Caleb, no. It's really rough seeing Caleb City talking straight nonsense, but a bad take is a bad take. First off, All Might didn't even look like this when he got One For All. He looked completely normal. He just looks like this because All For One almost killed him. The injury was so bad that the guy ended up looking like Itachi with how much he was coughing up blood. Secondly, Gran Torino gave All Might PTSD while he was training, and that's not a joke. All Might gets chills when he thinks back to Gran Torino and the punishment he endured. He was going through all of this just to be able to control One For All. Now, All Might being able to use 100% does separate himself from Deku. However, we all know that One For All has numerous different quirks in it while also increasing with strength over time. The One For All that Deku has is way stronger than All Might's. Deku's gotta control like 6 other quirks and the raw power that One For All gives. That's obviously going to be much harder than what All Might had to train for. Those first 2 or 3 seasons really did a number on Deku's PR for no reason. He gets so much hate for things that are out of his control within the plot. People out here yapping about things that are just straight up fabricated just to hate on this man. Also, why is it even?
And that is true. That is true. People do sit up there like bro, I remember that fight where he like genuinely was powerless but still tried to fight, and people sitting up there. People gotta understand there is a plot to things. I might talk shit about My Hero, but I give credit where credit is due. I still like My Hero. I still watch My Hero. Did I finish it yet? No. But from as far as I went, I can understand exactly what's being said by I forgot how to say this YouTuber's name, but like y'all gotta understand, bro. Like some things you just can't debate because it's undebatable. Like you can't say nothing. Like y'all get what I'm saying.
A bad thing that Deku has to train more. What, do we want Deku to literally be handed his powers just to be Mega All Might for the rest of the series? Yeah, that's a good plot. Kid begs a hero enough and becomes the strongest hero ever. What? Deku low-key has a top
like solo level
team in anime, but that's a topic for another day. Next take.
Wait. Kishimoto needs to start charging mangakas for copying his character. $250K every time a new Sasuke clone appears. Okay. So look. Vegeta. Dragon Ball came out first. So what the hell are you talking about, Mr. Zed? You are a goofy. And then the Quincy, I forgot the name. I can't remember the name of some characters, bro. I'll watch it, but I can't remember the names and shit like that. I know what I'm talking about, but I can't remember the names. Killua, you're reaching. Yuta is dead ass his own character. Like let's keep it a being. Aki, he's his own character. What are y'all talking about? And he got that suit on. He got that shit on. So what is y'all talking about? I don't know that last dude though. But he even like his own character. I kind of might be interested in watching that anime though, whatever that one is at the bottom right. But yeah, people need to stop sitting up there with this goddamn cloning shit because none of these niggas, like, bro, motherfuckers can't have rivals no more. Rivals didn't start with him. I guess the internet's just ignorant.
It says that Kishimoto needs to start charging mangakas for copying his character $250K every time a new Sasuke clone appears. And it proceeds to show Sasuke and a range of other characters labeled as duplicates. You see, this is why Twitter never disappoints me, because you can always count on something stupid being...
Wait, Jujutsu Kaisen 3rd season. We need a season 1 remake so bad it isn't even funny. Why?
Said there. TikTok Live, take some notes. Let's take this post on one by one. How is Vegeta a duplicate of Sasuke if Vegeta came out before Sasuke? Like, that doesn't even take research, it's just common knowledge. Same thing applies to Killua. I don't know if y'all know this, but Hunter x Hunter came out in 1998. Yeah, I know, the series has been out for a while. It's just that the 2011 version made the series super popular in modern times.
I was gonna say that, but I forgot if it did come out because I'm pretty sure it's a remake. I'm pretty sure what we see now is a remake, right? I'm pretty sure.
Also, what similarities do Killua and Sasuke have to make Killua a duplicate? They're a rival of the main character? Is that the only criteria it takes to be a Sasuke clone? Wouldn't Kurapika make more sense to be the quote-unquote duplicate? I feel like once anyone sees a Deuteragonist with black hair, they're automatically a Sasuke clone, which makes no sense to me. I don't really see how Yuta can be a Sasuke clone when he doesn't even fit the Deuteragonist role. He's a former main character, and their personalities aren't similar whatsoever. He's not even a rival to Yuji. He's straight up stronger than Yuji at all points in the series. To further further my point, Yuta's gone for like half the series and comes back in one of the later arcs. Uryu isn't really a Sasuke clone either.
That's
He's
his name.
fairly different even if he didn't get the most screen time pre-Thousand Year Blood War. Aki doesn't exactly fit the Sasuke mold either. Yuno is honestly the best fit here, and even then, Yuno has some differences. So what, that's like 0 out of 6 characters this post scored on? You know what? Fairly impressive on this post. Good job. If I'm being generous, I can give the post like 1 out of 6 characters if I give partial credit to Yuno and Aki or Uryu, something like that. By this post logic, every shonen MC is a Goku duplicate because they all get stronger throughout their series.
The problem is everybody got their lane on what they like the most, and the next thing you know, like, they sit up there and shit on everything else. And that's where that's where that enhanced ignorance come in. And that's where that superpower come in at. Because people are so set in their ways that motherfuckers just do not like to sit up there and like think about it or research or sit up there and like they just don't do shit. They just sit there and just talk. They just love to hear themselves talk.
And yell a lot. Like, do you see how stupid that is? Alright, it's time for our lightning round where I look at some of the hot takes you guys posted under the last video. Gonna have to paraphrase this one just a bit. Caleb says, characters like Aizen and Madara aren't as smart as people think they are. If you were making plans and others weren't aware, you would seem smart because there's nothing antagonizing you. For example, Aizen lost the moment someone got wind of what he was doing, and then everything began to gradually crumble. The fake Karakura Town arc was Urahara's plan for him to get sealed. Also, place people like L, Light, Lelouch, and Ayano Koji, and they are literally washing him. I won't lie, you were kinda cooking with the first half of this take. Some of these characters do low-key get overrated with their intelligence, especially when the context of the scenario doesn't get mentioned much. However, to be fair, you have to have some decently high intelligence to not seem antagonizing. Well, that applies for Aizen at least. Madaro's
Like, Aizen deadass sat up there, he manipulated everybody. The dude was going after his own goals and made everything shift the way he was. It made it shift the way he wanted it. Yeah, it got messed up. The dude was contemplating in his mind to just sit up there and just off shit, but did it. The dude was genuinely a tweaker inside of his own mind.
kind of just doing everything in secret. And although both of these guys did get outsmarted, there is a bit of context to who outsmarted them and how it happened. I don't really know how
that Madara outsmarting was straight plot. Straight plot. It would have been over with if it was just Madara. If it was just Madara and not that Kaguya bullshit. Well, it wasn't bullshit. It was still cold as hell, and it was still a W ass plot. But nigga, no. White and Black Zetsu, no.
Half of your take. I think there are some conversations to be had with someone like El or Lelouch maybe, but
because he boxed with everybody. He had so much trust in that little entity that he set up there and was like willing to let that happen to him. No. I can't really agree with it, but I got to agree with it.
I don't think any of those characters you named would wash Aizen or Madara. The next take from Venom Gaming says, Arlong is a better arc antagonist than Kaido. Kaido was a great antagonist in terms of being an opponent for Luffy, but Arlong had an X factor with Nami's backstory. And this take really isn't that egregious. It feels like a genuine hot take that isn't based off of lies or agenda. I can low-key agree with it to an extent, as Arlong felt like he represented something more emotional for the Straw Hats to overcome versus Kaido feeling like some sort of barrier needing to be crossed to legitimize the crew. But I do wonder, do you feel a similar way with CP9 because of what they were doing with Robin? Because I feel like we can have some similar conversations there as well. And finally,
I think he went more off of emotional impact. That's how I feel, because that whole thing was cool as hell. That whole segment was cool as hell. I'm not gonna lie. It was dope, but I don't know. That kind of moved me. I ain't gonna lie.
Panther heard someone say that if Erwin made it to Attack on Titan season 4, he'd have supported the rumbling. Now this take is actually kind of cheeks. We can't say for sure what Erwin would have done after he saw everything in the basement and in the outside world. Addressing this take is basically asking myself, do I think Erwin would become a Jaegerist? And no, I can't really see that. When we look at everyone trying to stop the rumbling, it just feels like Erwin would have fit right into this group. If Erwin did side with Eren, I'd be extremely curious about all the turns his character would take, because I feel like at a certain point it starts to feel contrived and forced. Finally, I'm not sure why the Super Anime Podcast believes this take is that crazy, honestly.
If we're gonna keep it honest, I feel like he would support it. The dude was all about figuring out what was going on. If he would have known that everybody was still going to sit up there and fuck with the then what were they called? Eldians? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Eldians. He would have said stomp them bitches out. And he would not have cared. Because he has a home too. It was nothing else to do. He'd probably try to find another way first, but I think he would have came to realization that it was no stopping. It was no stopping it at all because they wouldn't have stopped. Shit, Gabby already headshotted Sasha. So
Thrived
shit.
and forced. Finally, I'm not sure why the Super Anime Podcast believes this take is that crazy. Honestly, one may argue that it's pure facts. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed
That
the
is
video,
pure
and
facts.
special thanks to those who made it.
Bleach is definitely better than Hunter x Hunter. We ain't even gonna lie about that. Nobody can lie about that. But Hunter x Hunter is good, but everybody got their own taste, so technically you can't really say that. But if you're going based off of your own, then I guess you can say it. But no. Nah, because if majority rules, you gotta say, like, you dead ass can't say Hunter x Hunter is better if majority rules. It's so much aspects in Bleach, and then we got 1,000-year Blood War. Come on, guy.
This far into the video. School is starting up again, so let's hope my classes are easy enough so I can return to my prime uploading schedule, because that was something special. With that being said, have a great day, and peace.
But Olama-sama, that was actually a very good one. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very good one.
That's true.